Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm going to bring to you my predictions for this weekend's Summerslam. Reason I'm doing this early is I'm not going to be around to do videos, so I'm going to do this right now. Card is about 7 matches long for right now. I think maybe they're going to add a couple more. We'll see. So I'm going to predict not only the winners of the match, but maybe what happens afterward. So we're going to get into that one. Please stand by. And let's do these. So first, I'm going to go through some setup for some matches I think are going to happen at SummerSlam. And I don't even know if this is going to be a match. It might just be a parking lot street fight between the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable and the Creeds. So I don't think we're going to have an official match between these two groups. But with Bray Wyatt and The Fiend having their debuts at SummerSlam, I think it's only appropriate we do something with them. Although I don't think we're going to have a match. Or at least not like an official match. But I think the Wyatt Six are going to win that one. Next up. So on Friday we got 2 tag team title matches. The first one is for the women's tag team titles as Fire and Dawn, aka the Unholy Alliance, take on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. While this thing was going on Raw, Fire and Dawn have been feuding with Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. So I think those three are going to get involved on Friday, which will set up a triple threat women's title match on Saturday. Then I think, who's going to win that? I think Baszler and Deville are going to win that. I think they're going to be the tag team going forward. Then Zoe is going to go for the women's titles. Or at least that's how I feel. The next title match going on SmackDown is for the WWE tag team titles. As DIY, that's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, take on Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu of the New Bloodline. Now, a lot of people are saying, Jimmy Uso is going to cost them the titles. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what's going to happen is Fatu and Tama Tonga are going to win the tag titles here. And then we're going to have the debut of Jimmy Uso, the return of Jimmy Uso, and the debut of Hikuleo. I think they're going to be a tag team. It's going to be like Shawn Michaels and Diesel back in the day. So I think maybe that's going to be the tag team, WWE tag team title match going into SummerSlam. Maybe that's also a triple threat with DIY. But ultimately, I think Fatu and Tama Tonga retain due to Hikuleo turning on Jimmy and joining his brothers in the New Blood. So that's that. World Tag Team titles are not really in a feud. They kind of been the secondary to the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio thing that's going on. So I don't think the World Tag Team titles are going to be on the line. Which is sad, because I think they deserve to be on pay-per-view. Now we go into the officially announced matches. We got CM Punk finally cleared to compete, taking on Drew McIntyre with special guest referee Seth Rollins. Main reason Seth Rollins is here is because he's pretty much the third wheel in the story. He was probably going to fill in if Punk wasn't cleared. But now that Punk is cleared, he'll probably affect this match in some point or another. Whether it's screwing Drew, screwing Punk, or just going right down the middle. I think he is going to... Oh, man. I think he's going to... This is kind of tough to call because, screw CM Punk. But this is Punk's first singles match back in the WWE. So... This is interesting. This is tough to call. I think, as much as I would like to see Drew McIntyre win this, I think Punk wins here. Then we get a rematch at Bad Blood in Hell in a Cell. I think that's where we're going. In which I think Drew then kicks CM Punk's head off. If he stays healthy, that is. I think that's also a factor. Next up, next title on the line, and Sami Zayn defends against Braun Breaker. This is a rematch from Money in the Bank, in which Sami won clean, which is usually a feud ender, but Braun worked his way back. He won a number one contenders match against Ilya Dragunov, which was beautiful. With this second matchup in a row, I think Braun Breaker takes it here, and he has a nice long reign with this title. Next up, we got the United States title on the line as Logan Paul defends against L.A. Knight. Yeah! Knight and Paul have kind of been having this little hot and cold feud going on for a while since before Money in the Bank. I think it's time to give LA Knight something. Like, honestly, I thought this match was going to go down at WrestleMania this year. I'm kind of okay that they didn't. But I think it's time to crown LA Knight. He's going to bring back some prestige to the United States title. Next up, we got the Women's World title on the line as Liv Morgan takes on Rhea Ripley. Rhea actually had to vacate the women's title for a bit after a freak injury after WrestleMania. Actually at the hands of Liv Morgan, so this is the Rhea Ripley Revenge Tour. This is going to be interesting because I like both of these talents. And as much as I want Rhea to get the title back, I think Liv Morgan wins. But it's with a little help from Dominic Mysterio. That's right. I think Liv and Dom are going to kick Rhea out of Judgment Day. She's going to go solo, and she's going to go babyface. And, maybe we'll see Rhea get the title back at some point. But it is not now. Next up, we got the World Heavyweight title on the line as Damian Priest defends against the King of the Ring, Gunther. Oh, I love this stuff has stakes now. And honestly, this one is pretty tough to call too because Priest has pretty much won via interference since he won this title, which is very Roman Reigns of him. This is a tough one to call. Like, personally, I want Gunther to win this. It's his time. He did so much good for the Intercontinental title. And as much as I want him to do the same thing for the world title, maybe doing it now isn't of the best interest. So I think... this is going to hurt me. I think Priest retains, but he does it all on his own. Finally, a big signature win. Clean win. No interference. And then Gunther, I think, could easily be built back up to the world title level. And, give him the title maybe at Bash in Berlin. Little hometown pop. Next up, we got the women's WWE title on the line as Bayley defends against Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax. And honestly, Nia has been putting in the work for me lately. Is she the perfect technician on the level of like Daniel Bryan or Zack Sabre Jr.? Absolutely not. Has she worked as a big powerhouse heel? Absolutely. But I feel like Bayley has pretty much been cold-shouldered by the WWE for a while. Like, she's not on the posters. She wasn't at the press thing before WrestleMania, right before the Super Bowl. I think it's time to put some more respect on Bayley's name. So I think she's going to retain here. And while I could see a Tiffany Stratton cash in, I think she's going to hang on to that. But I think we're going to finally see the bedazzled pink Money in the Bank from Tiffany Stratton. So that's going to be a fun one. And finally, what's probably going to be our main event. And it's for the undisputed WWE Championship as Cody Rhodes defends against Solo Sikoa. Now, I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people have been kind of down on Cody Rhodes' title reign. Has it been perfect? No. Matches have been pretty awesome. Crowd is still behind him, which is, insane to think about. Although there are still some in the corners of the fandom that are like, oh, Cody's mad. I'm sick of these two. Anyway. This is, again, tough to call. I could easily see Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Jacob Fatu, and Hikuleo trying to get involved. You have Kevin Owens and Randy Orton sidelined. So Cody's pretty much on his own. Although maybe I'm wrong about Hikuleo. Maybe Jimmy Uso doesn't bring him in. Maybe Cody does. I don't know. It's a little outside thinking. I don't know. It doesn't make the most sense. Not really, but I mean, who knows? Personally, I'm gonna have Cody Rhodes pick up the victory. Then, as Solo Sikoa is down in the ring, the rest of the bloodline around him, we hear very music we haven't heard in a while. That's right, it's the true tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He's going to come out past Cody, look right into Solo's face, and I think he's going to do what a lot of us, the opposite of what all of us are going to think he's going to do. I think he's going to acknowledge Solo. Like, don't get me wrong, a Solo Roman Reigns Bloodline versus Bloodline feud would be interesting, but here's what I think. I think Roman sees himself as past it. Like, maybe he hasn't, after losing to Cody at WrestleMania 40, he feels like, okay, maybe I do need to pass the torch. Solo has been killing it, so he's going to pass the torch to Solo. Where eventually, I do think we're going to get Roman versus Solo, and then maybe Roman versus Rock. Which, I know a lot of people are looking at War Games, seeing Bloodline versus Bloodline, and just salivating. I don't know. That really doesn't interest me that much. But I think overall, we will see the slow return of Roman Reigns, of Jimmy Uso, and then we'll have Bloodline versus New Blood. Eventually. So, yeah, those are the predictions from me. I hope you all absolutely enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. Coming this week, I'm not going to be doing any videos because I'm going to be away. So I hope you guys take it easy for a while. The next video will probably be not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. So look out for that. And until next time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.